friends, the Organizer Advisor here to help you enhance your happiness and transform your life. Okay, folks, we have completed our 90-day total life transformation blooming project for the kind of the physical aspects of our lives. So I just kind of want to recap what we have done, and I have all my little notes here. So I'm going to start with document organization. We created an important document binder that we keep in a home safe or in our safety deposit box. This is just one component of our document organization, but it is one of the most important because it houses our really important life documents. This is going to be your Social Security card, your passport, your birth certificates, vehicle titles, legal papers, insurance documents, any kind of inoculation records, your passwords, your home inventory, and your investment data. All of this is going to go into a binder, so if you weren't part of the process when we started back in January, go check out that. You can scroll through or you can go to the YouTube channel. The last 90 days have all been captured on the Facebook page. So that is the best resource, although on the YouTube channel there is a playlist and it does have each segment as a separate video, so you can get more information there. So we had some tips and tricks on how to create this important document binder. In the case that you have to evacuate your home, you can grab that. You have everything you need to rebuild your life from a legal standpoint. Okay, we also then created an instruction manual accordion file, and this is to keep our filing system from really becoming chaotic, because these instruction manuals that we get with everything we buy in a box, we need to keep these, but they don't work in a traditional file folder system. So we created an accordion file, and we have them categorized by a certain theme, like electronics or game systems or tools or large appliances, small appliances, personal care appliances. You get the gist of it. But that in itself helps us to be able to find the instruction manual if we have to troubleshoot our electronic, or if we want to maximize the use of it. It gets some suggestions on how we can most effectively use that investment. Okay, it also gives us manufacturer repair information. And then we created this fun little thing called the grab and go binder, and this is where we house any kind of information that's pertinent for about the next 30 days. And this is receipts that we have for over the month in case we want to return something, event tickets, claim tickets for dry cleaning or tool repair or jewelry repair, information about events, your child or grandchild's school information, field trip information. This could be recipes that you're going to try, photographs, just about anything that you like, greeting cards that you want to send throughout the month. We house them all in one place. We also can keep any kind of store flyers or sale reminders, so that we keep it by the door or by our purse, so that when we leave, we just grab the binder and go. We have everything we need while we're out running errands. We also organized our coupons into a really effective coupon utilization strategy, where we are able to really maximize our savings with sales, store loyalty cards, and the coupons that we have, so that we can save money, because one of the components of our blooming project was more financial well-being. And then we created our filing system using the traditional file folders. If you do hard copy, some people use electronic data, and that's fine. But we wanted to create a filing system for stuff like our monthly bills, utilities, car maintenance records, health records, pet records, bank statements, payments, all of that. So we started filing the piles, and over the course of the last 90 days, we have filed all of our documents. We also took care of our electronic documents on our desktop, on our handheld devices, and we backed up all of that data. We can put that in our safe so that we have a digital copy of our important data. So then we also created this professional portfolio, and that is any kind of document that's related to your profession, career, or job. So this is going to be like transcripts, certifications, evaluations, awards, recommendations, your degrees, any professional organizations you belong to, volunteering, and community recognition. So this is housed in a very professional binder, so that when you go for a job interview, a job fair, or you are going to apply online for something, you have everything you need in one place. You don't have to go searching for records. You have it all. It's up to date. Have an updated resume so that you, in the case you want to enhance your career, your job, or you want to maybe do a career switch, you have everything you need. We also got our pet records together. We did a vaccine audit. We got all of our pets up to date on shots and vet visits. So everybody's in great shape. We gathered our vehicle documents, and these are all filed in the filing system, but these are some components that we gathered so that we would be super organized and know where these important documents are. We have our proof of insurance and our registration up to date in our car. We've checked our driver's license to see when that expires. We have our maintenance for our car warranty. We have all of those. Some people keep these in the car, some people keep them in the filing system as far as the maintenance records. Doesn't matter as long as you have them to keep your vehicle warranty intact. We have the owner's manual, and remember, our vehicle titles are in the safe if you have your vehicle title. Then we took care of our electronic documents. We organized all of that data on our thumb drives, our camera cards, our handheld devices, our tablets, our computer. We got all of that organized, and we backed up everything so that we have digital copies of all of our important files. We also created a household inventory, and this is where, when we did our every nook and cranny cleaning room by room, wall by wall, using the compass rose strategy, we were able to write down some of the most important things, or photograph or take videos of our household inventory, the contents in our home. This is important because when you, and I like to write mine out. In fact, my husband just finished updating and typing ours up. I like to write it out because then I assign a monetary value for replacement, so that if something were to happen, catastrophic, flood or fire, or theft, I then have serial numbers and an amount value. Now, this is really kind of paradigm shifting. When you physically write down everything in your home and assign a value to it, you start to realize how many things you have, and also the value of those things, so that you can calculate the value of the contents of your home, and then be able to make sure that your insurance coverage is aligned. So if you have specialty items such as artwork, musical instruments, furs, gold, silver, jewelry, anything that you might need a special rider for on your insurance policy, you need to check with your insurance agent to make sure that those items are covered. But also, you want to look at your homeowner's coverage. Is it enough to cover all of those items in your home for replacement value? But it also gives you a feeling of abundance when you see, all the items that you actually have. It helps you to shift your paradigm from what you don't have to appreciating what you do have. You can see the magnitude of all of those items that are yours, especially if you're like me and it has a lot of stuff. I'm a collector. And you want to store this home inventory in your safe, in your important documents binder. We also organized, this is just continuing on with our document organization, we organized our magazines because those can be overwhelming if you have subscriptions. And so we came up with a way of going through, keeping what we have, and then donating or recycling what we no longer needed. We also organized our books, kind of went through and went through all of the books, decided whether or not we needed to keep them all, and we then donated what we needed to, or did a book swap with friends, like a luncheon where you say, hey, bring your magazines and books, and we're just going to do a swap. Okay, we also organized our recipes and created a family heirloom recipe book using our recipes. And then we also created a stationery center where we have all of those envelopes and stamps and labels and greeting cards and gift wrap, so that we can have a dedicated space in order to find these when we need them, and we can be timely in our greeting card. Everybody loves to get a beautiful card in the mail. I know we mostly send electronic greetings and well wishes now, but it still is a wonderful thing to get a greeting card in the mail. So this also helps us pay our bills on time, which improves our credit. It reduces frustration, and we can do an audit at the beginning of the month, making sure that we have the greeting cards that we need for those special occasions, but also have a few on hand for unexpected occasions. But we also have stamps, envelopes, address labels, whatever we need, so it's not frustrating to send greetings through the mail. Greetings and gifts. Okay, if you have children or grandchildren, we created an at-home and a binder for their school papers, and we organized their school binder, but then we created a replica binder to keep at home. And this is really important, so that when your child brings home papers from school, instead of throwing them away, put them in the at-home binder by subject, according to the subjects in the school binder. This is important because if you go through the electronic grading portal and you look and you see an assignment that's missing, but you know it's in that at-home binder and it's been graded, you can send it back to the teacher and say, hey, this has been sent home. I think it's missing on the electronic grading system. Teachers are human. They're often overwhelmed and they do make mistakes. This is a way of advocating for your child to really enhance their school performance. We also want to check out the video on that if you haven't seen it. So then we also do a office school supply audit at the end of the month, which would be today. You may want to send just a little note with your child to school and say, hey, just write down what you need for school supplies, or check their backpack. On Fridays were the days that I was actually down checking my grandson's backpack yesterday. At the end of the month, I like to go through, or on Fridays, every Friday, I would go through my child's binder, make sure they have sharpened pencils, pens, highlighters, Post-it notes, whatever they need for school. I check their lunch account, make sure they have paper, make sure their folders are intact, and all of their loose papers are housed in some sort of paper keeping system, whether it be a folder or a binder. But my policy was no loose papers. This really helps your child develop organizational skills, but also it helps their school performance. So you may want to do a school audit, but also do a home office audit. Make sure you have everything you need to be functional in the paperwork aspect of running your home. We also addressed keepsakes and artwork for your children. We can't keep everything, but an accordion file is a good way to house some of these really special projects that especially your little kids do at school, but also you can take pictures of them or frame them. Okay, then we implemented some financial strategies as far as checking for unclaimed money in states where we have worked previously, because sometimes they're residual money in flexible spending accounts. This is a great way of recapturing some money that is just sitting there unclaimed that actually belongs to you. Check out the video on the YouTube channel. Create an account from savings, which is fiscal fast, and that's what I'm doing today. The end of the fiscal fast week is calculating how much money I saved by reducing usage, using those almost empties, the condiments I have on hand, the ingredients I have on hand, as well as making my coffee at home and not going out and having grab-and-go meals, or staying at home more and not wasting fuel. We are opting out of junk mail so that we don't get credit card hijacked or identity theft. And then we put ourselves on the do not call list. That's the national do not call list, so you don't get those annoying sales calls. Actually reduces your frustration and stressation. We cleaned up our social media accounts, going through and just making sure it represents our authenticity, who we are and how we truly feel about our lives, and also just cleaning up any irrelevant data on social media. Okay, so that was kind of a great segue into thematic organizing, which is where we group similar items together. We have a process where we gather them, we group them together, we go through them, we get rid of what we don't want, we clean, repair, and organize the ones that we're keeping, and we create a dedicated space for storage. So we went through multiple items in our home. We started off with medication and vitamins, and we had a whole process to check the expiration dates. We wrote down the medications that we're taking so that we can convey that with our doctor, the dosage and the frequency, so that we make sure that when we meet with our doctor, which we made an appointment in January just to get a health physical, then we then can communicate and say, okay, here's what I'm taking. I also make a card and put it behind my driver's license in my wallet. In the case that I'm in an accident, the paramedics can find it when they look at my driver's license, and they can then say, this could, possibly interact with some medications, maybe some treatments that they would give on the way. So just a couple of things. Another thing is we want to safely store those medications and safely dispose of them. So check out that video. Same thing with vitamins. The next item that we thematically organized were our eyeglasses and sunglasses and contact lenses and all the paraphernalia. We created a little storage, thematic storage, dedicated storage to these items, and also collected and gathered a little toolkit so that we can repair our glasses at home. And then we made an eye appointment if we needed one. If we hadn't seen our eye doctor in quite a while, then we made an eye health exam appointment and donated old frames and old glasses to the Lions Club or the Rotarians or your eye center. Then we thematically organized all of our keys and created a spare set to give to a trusted family or relative in the case that we needed to access our house to reduce on locksmith fees in the case that we lock ourselves out. We created a dedicated space for these, and we got backup batteries for our electronic car entry keys, and also I use my keys on a bracelet or a lanyard so that I don't lay them in my purse, because once my wallet hits that button and it stays on there for a long time, it drains the battery. So when I have my keys, like when I'm shopping, I either have a lanyard or they're around my wrist on a bracelet so that they're not laying in the bottom of my purse. So we also want to make sure that we have a dedicated space for all of the keys. The unknowns we're just going to hold on to, and as we went through this Nook and Cranny cleaning, as we found a lock and like, oh yeah, there's the key to that. I know where those keys are now. So that creates a more effective use for all of those items. We also gathered our umbrellas. We have some umbrellas in our gym bag, in our cars, and I actually have an umbrella in my garage so that if I have to run out, I don't have to run back in the house to get it. And we cleaned and created a dedicated space for these. Same thing with flashlights and batteries. Self-explanatory there. Musical instruments and all the accessories such as strings and reeds and sheet music, cases and picks and all of drumsticks and all of the things that we have with our musical instruments. We included those on our inventory, and we cleaned those and got ourselves set up to actually play our instruments. Created a little dedicated storage space, our little music corner, where we are in that vibration of wanting to interact with our musical instruments. We gathered and cleaned and organized all of our luggage. There were some great tips on that video, so please check that out. You never know, you may want to go on a spontaneous vacation with all of the money you saved over the last 30 days. This is one of the most important ones that we did, was our personal care toiletries, because this is one of those areas of product overwhelm. Oftentimes we have so many products, and it's just creates clutter and chaos in our bathrooms, in our linen closet, in our bedrooms, in our vanity. So what we did was we gathered all of these, and then we got the almost empties and we used those first. And then we created our beauty baskets for our facials, our mani-pedis, our hair care days, our skin care days, our dental health days, and our exercise equipment. So now we're really using all of those items to enhance the way we look and feel and to take better care of our health. So that was a really positive strategy to reduce that clutter in the bathroom, but to really maximize our investment in these products. We did the same thing with our makeup. Then we gathered our personal care appliances, and we gave these a good cleaning and went through whatever we weren't using and got rid of, donated, sold on Marketplace, whatever. But this gave us the opportunity to see all of these personal care appliances and really start to incorporate them into our daily health and beauty routine so that we maximize the investment we made in these as well. Then we created that dedicated storage for easy access so that we can really utilize these appliances. We gathered all of our exercise equipment and athletic wear. That's the yoga mat, the yoga blocks, the hand weights, the resistance bands, even, the gym clothes, the shoes. We cleaned off the treadmill, the stationary bike, the elliptical, and we started incorporating these into our exercise practices every day. This is hula hoops, balls, tote bags, gym bags, CDs, DVDs, water bottles, resistance band, all your weights, yoga items, everything. And then we created a really pretty exercise area in our home, decorated it nicely so it was really uplifting and inviting so that we don't dread getting on the treadmill. And this is really important so that we can utilize these pieces of equipment to really enhance our health. Now we took care of our pets too. We gathered all of our pet paraphernalia and we cleaned it, organized it, made it smell fresh, did an inventory of all the things that we needed to care for our beloved pets, and then we created dedicated spaces so that we could use these items when we take our pets out for the walk. Saturday is the specified day for us to get out and enjoy our pets. Take your pets out for a walk, play with your pets. We've done lots of videos on that, but this is, we want to have those leashes and collars and all of those accessible to take our pets out. We want to have the litter box for our cats, fresh smelling, and have all of that created in a space that we can keep it clean and keep it healthy for our cats. We cleaned out any kind of habitat for our birds, our reptiles, our hamsters, gerbils, sugar gliders, whatever you have. We created a space for all of our pets and for all of the paraphernalia. Everything's clean, healthy, and fresh smelling. Then we gathered all of our electronic items, and this is our audio visual. This is your TV, your surround sound, sound bar, Bluetooth speakers, receiver, record player, gaming systems, records, DVDs, CDs. We gathered all of these. We cleaned them. We wrote the serial numbers down, and we made sure that we are able to utilize these to enhance the atmosphere of our home. We also gathered all of our handheld devices, our tablets, our cell phone, all of these items and their accessories, charging cords, so that we created a dedicated space for these so that we can use them, utilize them, but we also downloaded all the data and cleaned off those desktops or data facilitators, and then we backed everything up. DVDs, Blu-rays, albums, games, all of these electronic paraphernalia, we took care of those, got rid of what was no longer useful, and then started using the ones we've had. And you've seen I'm playing CDs, you know, really incorporating these into your living experience in your home enhances the atmosphere of your home. We also did the same with our photography equipment. If you take a lot of pictures like I do, we want to create a dedicated space for those, make sure those camera cards are ready to go, that the batteries are charged so that you can grab those cameras and go and capture those special moments, you know, with your grandchildren, children, loved ones, so that you can really capture those memories. Then we went through and gathered all of our craft and hobby items and created dedicated spaces for us to be able to enjoy these items, to be able to use them so that we can generate an income or create gifts or just create something and be in that vibration of creation, which really makes us feel happy and very connected. And it's a very joyful vibration for us to be in. And so we want to be able to use those because we purchase them, darn it, and we want to be able to use them to enhance our happiness. We also did the same thing with our crystal. Now we cleaned our crystal, we gathered everything, we got our vases together and put some fresh flowers in to uplift our home, and you know, just created this we gathered everything that we had, and then, like, I have a rose garden, go out and pick some roses, or you can buy some inexpensive freesia, put some by your bedside table, put some in your bathroom, put some in the areas of your home that you feel you frequent the most often. This is really going to be uplifting in your home, and it really helps your environment. Plus, use your crystal, you know, set aside a romantic evening or have some friends over. Your crystal glasses and goblets that you use, your stemware, use those. Use your crystal serving dishes. Use those to enhance your living experience. That's what we're all about, enhancing our life. We did the same thing with our china. We cleaned everything. We got everything where we can access it. We saw what we have. Now I encourage you to use it. You don't have to wait for special occasions. For those who celebrate Easter, Easter is coming up. You're going to want to have your Easter tablecloths and cloth napkins and your crystal and your china ready to have a wonderful Easter experience. So use these items. Don't wait for special occasions. Your living every day is a special occasion enough to use china. Let me hit my CD. Table linens. You want to get those table linens, make sure they're clean, there's no spots. I like to have mine professionally laundered, but you can do that at home with medium starch. Have them nicely pressed. Have them hanging where you can grab them. Okay, hold on. My CD's not working. Oh dear. But you want to grab those table linens, have them stored in a where you minimize the creases, but you can use these for special occasions or even for your romantic dinner once a week. All right. We also cleaned out our linen closet and created a very spa-like space in our linen closet. Got that under control, aired out our quilts and bedding, looked at our sheets to make sure that we have enough sets of sheets for our beds, and then also a spare set for each bed. But also we have these displayed or stored in a way that's uplifting and not overwhelming when you open the linen closet. We went through our jewelry, we cleaned our jewelry, we went through and repaired anything that needed repairing. You might even consider redesigning if you have some precious gems or diamonds in settings that you don't use anymore. You may want to take some of those to your jeweler and have them redesigned into a new setting. And then also we cleaned everything, organized it, put it into our inventory, and then any scrap gold or silver took to be able to get cash for that to enhance our financial well-being. We organized all of our artwork. If you collect art, statues or paintings, we have all of that photographed and put into our inventory. You may want to have an appraisal done on some, but we want to have this definitely listed in our inventory and made sure our insurance covers it. We cleaned it, and then we wanted to make sure that we have that on display in our homes to be uplifting. We cleaned our clocks, got them running. You can hear mine ticking in the background. For those of you who enjoy timepieces, this is really, for me, it's a reminder of my mother who collected clocks. So hearing clocks ticking in the background is just a very soothing reminder of my mom. But we got those clocks oiled, got them up and running. The best way to keep your clock and timepieces running is to keep them running. Could be your watches too. If you have the old wind-up watches, you want to keep those running as well. We gathered all of our baskets, the woven baskets, the reed baskets. We cleaned those and we used those to house some of our items for dedicated spaces, like our yoga items, our magazines, some of our CDs, DVDs. Just be creative. They're great storage devices, but they do capture a lot of dust. So you want to make sure that you are cleaning them frequently. We grabbed all of our stone and shell items, knickknacks, because they need special care. They have to be cleaned in a pH balanced solution, which is your dishwasher tab. But I like stone and shell items. They add a touch of permanence. I like to balance the elements in my home with iron, stone or shell, glass items, and fabrics. So this kind of gives a well-balanced energy to your home. So if you have shells on display or stone items, like you may have some stone candlesticks, or stone like crystal balls, or your crystals, or could be I have like little onyx items. Those you want to carefully clean. You can use warm soapy water, but I like to use a dishwasher tab because it is pH balanced. Knickknacks, all of those little tchotchkes all over the place. We want to make sure we clean those, but some of them, if they're ceramic, you don't want them to craze, so you don't soak them, you don't wash them in your dishwasher. It's usually just a quick rinse and a dry really quickly to keep that ceramic finish from crazing. We also gathered all of our vases. We went ahead and cleaned them, got them really sparkly, put some fresh flowers in them, just to brighten up and uplift our home. But here's an idea too. If you have vases that you're not going to use, you have a plethora of all of these vases you got when someone sent you flowers when you had a baby or for your anniversary, clean them up really well, tie a pretty ribbon around them, and go get some inexpensive flowers at Walmart or your grocery store and drop them off at a nursing home and have the nurses give them to a patient who never receives visits or flowers from family. Uplift somebody else's life. That's what this process is all about. The more we are uplifted, the more we radiate out, and we're able to help and uplift others. Okay, we're almost finished, so hold on. We organized all of our small appliances, all of those kitchen things, and I keep mine on an appliance cart so I don't take up a lot of cabinet space, but check out that video. We organized our kitchen. We did an every nook and cranny clean. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but we organized our utensils, our cookware, our bakeware, our dishware, our flatware, cookbooks, coffee and tea items, created a little coffee bar, and then we cleaned our pantry. We also cleaned that junk drawer in the kitchen. Okay, so for kid items, we cleaned toys. We cleaned their books, stuffed animals, games, board games. So now we can have a family board game night. And then we got all of those, so those toys are safe, no loose parts, no broken parts that could injure a child. They're cleaned and sanitized, and we came up with a 4-bin system, one for each week, so that we reduce the overwhelm our children suffer from when they have too much in their rooms. So now we have a bin for week number 1, week number 2, week number 3, week number 4, and all of this we just rotate them. So week number 1, we pull out that bin, they play with those things for a week. At the end of the week, we put them up, we sanitize them, we store them, get out bin number 2. We go through the whole month like that. So there's a new and novel for feeling for some of those items. And also we know that our children aren't going through the stress of being overwhelmed like we do. We cleaned out our car and got our vehicle cleaned out. Could be your RV, your car, your motorcycle, your boat, whatever you have. We got that clean, took care of it, took it to, got it washed up, waxed up, checked all the maintenance, made sure that's all up to date, cleaned the upholstery on the inside, cleaned everything, glove compartment, checked our car for our vehicle registration, as well as our license and insurance. And then we just got our car smelling really good. And then we have an emergency kit in our car. We haven't done this yet, but we can at some point. I've done it in my personal journey here. I got my garage clean. If you need help with that, we can do a garage session. If you'd like me to do a garage session, please comment down below. You may want to even create a little toolbox in your house for tools that you use frequently. Just so you don't have to run out to the garage to get them. But it's always positive if you help your significant other get their tools clean. I use a little WD-40, just wipe down the tools, make sure they're organized, do it together. It's a great project you can do together. And you know, it can be a little romantic if you want to put on some soft music. It's really kind of fun. All right, sporting equipment. So if you have kids or you have sporting equipment, we want to have a dedicated space for all of these. This is like your bikes, your bats, your tennis rackets, all of these things, your skis, your life preservers, life jackets, fishing items, whatever. Gather them all together, group them together, go through, get rid of what no longer serves you, and create a dedicated space for your sporting items that are easily accessible so that you are encouraged to go use them. And gardening. Same thing with gardening. If you have gardening items, seeds, gloves, seed starting soil, plant mats, little knee pads, a little gardening toolkit, you want to gather all of those. So if you enjoy gardening, you have all of your gardening items in one dedicated space so that you can just grab them and utilize them. Any outdoor fun, your croquet set, your pool items, any kind of horseshoe games, anything like that you want to gather, group together if you haven't done that already. All right, so that's the end of the thematic organizing. We've done a lot, folks. We have done a lot. Okay, so all the while, we have created this rainbow closet. And this is gathering and grouping our clothing by colors. And then we started systematically wearing all of the garments. Purging what no longer serves us doesn't make us look and feel fabulous. We coordinated our accessories. We've cleaned everything. Everything's back in the closet and ready to wear condition to reduce that getting dressed stress, because we know everything in that closet is in good condition. The zippers work, the buttons are there, and they fit and make us look and feel fabulous. So now we are really starting to explore our self-expression and authenticity through our wardrobe. We're extending our wardrobe by coming up with different dynamic wardrobe combinations and accessories. And now we are really starting to feel more confident. It's enhanced our self-esteem. It's reduced our stress, and we are maximizing our investment in our wardrobe to make us look and feel fabulous and enhance our life. That was amazing. So we gathered all of our accessories, like our purses, belts, hats, gloves, scarves, anything, jewelry. We've already cleaned our jewelry, but now we started every Sunday, we plan our wardrobe, and we're really starting to have fun creating a new authentic expression of ourselves. Okay, so that was the rainbow closet. Then, if that weren't enough, we went through a process of really enhancing our health. We have daily health and beauty routines, and we have a schedule. Monday's our facial day, Tuesday is our mani-pedi day, Wednesday is our hair care day, Thursday is dental health, Friday is facial skincare again, and then Saturday is our outdoor fun, go out and have fun with friends, family, loved ones, pets day. Fresh air, sunshine, it's good for us day. Connect with nature. There's a lot of research on how that makes us look and feel. So we've accomplished all of that. Now, we have Serene Sunday, where we just take some time to worship or settle our soul, nurture our soul, but we also have some prep steps for prepping for the new week. But in addition, we started out with 15 minutes a day of exercise. We went to 20, then 30, then 25, then 30. We do 30 minutes of exercise every day, yoga, biking, running, walking, swimming, whatever. But it has really started to transform our bodies. Along with clean eating, we are really starting to feel the benefits of these practices. And I posted some pictures the other day of my journey, where I started and where I am. I feel amazing. I feel toned in my body. I'm 59 years old, and I haven't been in this good a shape probably for 2 decades. So it's working. Now, we also take time for stillness. Meditation, prayer, or just stillness time, maybe just listening to music, but just quieting our lives for 15-20 minutes a day. It could be a power nap, something that's going to just help you slow down, reduce your blood pressure, get control of your thoughts and your stress, and then be able to just calm your life a little bit. Remember, we are hydrating. We use that water calculator to find out how much fluid that we need daily to keep our bodies running at maximum metabolism and to keep our energy high, our motivation and momentum going. So drink up. Make sure you're staying hydrated. We also eat clean. So you saw when I cleaned my pantry, there was no processed food with the exception of 2 boxes of keto stuffing and 2 boxes of Triscuits. Everything else, I had no pasta in there. That's the first time in my life I have never had pasta in my pantry. And not that pasta is bad, but it is processed. And I am working on fresh foods. My refrigerator has just fresh foods. We've come up with a system of going through our condiments and when we open food so that we're utilizing what we have. We've reduced our food waste by creating a menu on Sunday that uses the ingredients we have, so we're saving money. And we started eating healthier foods, and it is paying off. And then we also, health and beauty routine, exercise, meditation, vitamins and supplements. When we went through our vitamins and supplements during the thematic organizing, we started utilizing those in our daily self-care plan if you subscribe to that practice so that we capitalize on that research. Those things are expensive, but if you have vitamins and supplements, protein powders and collagen powders, they're not doing you any good sitting on the shelf, and they have an expiration date. Let's use them while we still have them and they're still good for us. Okay, so we also created some financial health strategies. We created a dedicated space for all our loose change, and then we can take that in and turn it into bills or deposit it in our savings account. We reduced the amount of product purchases because we're using what we have, our cleaning products, our toiletry products, all the products that we have for our pets. We started using those instead of going out and buying things because we couldn't find things. Having everything accessible reduces the need to buy them, and then it reduces the duplicates, which saves us space and money. So we started using what we have in order to enhance our life. We are spending more time doing things that are low cost or free, such as board game night with the family or family movie night, or going out to parks using our exercise equipment, doing things that really enhance our connections and our health, really make us feel better about our lives. So I think I'm going to stop talking. I don't know if I've forgotten everything, but basically we have organized all of our, I didn't even mention the every nook and cranny cleaning. How could I forget? We are finished with our spring cleaning. We went through room by room and every nook and cranny cleaned using the compass wall strategy, or this compass row strategy, where we focused on one wall a day so we didn't get overwhelmed, we didn't get frustrated, but we got the job done. Now our curtains are clean, our floors are clean, our ceiling, we've removed a lot of the dust and particulates from our home. We have done so much. Everything's organized, it's all clean, and now we have that feeling of fantastic well-being. Our home is a place now that is a soul sanctuary. So thank you so much for this journey with me. We are going to take a new direction starting tomorrow. We are going to start focusing on cultivating joy. So this is going to be a new component for me in this organization process. But I'm going to switch hats from being a professional organizer to being a certified life coach. And now we're going to start really enhancing our happiness and cultivating joy in our lives through some simple daily practices. I love you all. Thank you for joining me on this blooming project. We've got the framework in, the structure is there. Now let's really bloom in our garden of humanity. I wish you health, happiness, and harmony. Much love to you all.